Ladies and gentlemen, we are Helen. Helen, where are you? Helen and Dee. We are not from the medical profession, nor do we proclaim to be experts in the field of dementia. We are just like many of you, the primary caregivers of our loved ones. In our case, our mothers. As such, today, we are not going to tell you about dementia, as the medical profession are the experts on this subject. Instead, we are going to share with you on how to cope with one of the most difficult aspects during a loved one's journey with dementia. That is behavioral changes that manifest in the person we know and love. Using role play of situations, we will enact the most common behaviors that most of you will be able to relate to. For each role play, we will show you what is a typical response, as well as an alternative, better response. In addition, we will also summarize the training tips arising from each role play. Due to time constraints, our suggested solution is not a one-rule-fits-all. But through our role play, we hope you can take on some of these ideas and adapt to your needs. Please be aware that at no time are we making fun of persons with dementia, as these situations that we'll be putting on stage are real-life situations. We will have a Q&A session at the end, and we welcome your queries then. Thank you.
Role play number 1, being repetitive with the same story. Peter's repetition of the same topic and story is driving his son crazy. Here is a typical response.
You know, I was the best footballer in school. I was so good I could have gone into professional football.
Dad, you have told me this story many times already.
Yeah, I tell you, my captain, so good, you know, we win every match.
Yesterday you told me the same thing, and today also you told me the same story. Why are you always telling me the same story again and again?
I tell you, my goals, I can cook from 50 meters, also I can get goals, you know. I'm so good.
Dad, why are you telling me nonsense? Every day also you must tell me the same story again and again. I tell you something to do this morning also you cannot remember. But this same story you can remember every day. A simple thing also I tell you something so you can't do. What's wrong with you, huh?
I don't remember telling you.
I don't know what to do with you.
Before the onset of dementia, Peter spent many enjoyable moments with his son, and later his grandson, talking about and playing football together. Football was a family bonding activity that they did frequently together. This is a better way to respond.
You know, I was the best footballer in school, you know. I tell you, I could have gone into professional football.
Dad, did you know you told me this and you were the best football player in your school?
Yeah, so good, you know. I will win match after match.
Dad, you know you actually have more football trophies than me?
Yeah, I know, I'm so good, huh? I tell you, I love football.
Your grandson, Pete, he has taken up football after you and he really enjoys it because you are such a good footballer.
Oh yeah, really, really.
In fact, Pete went for a football competition that day and I took photos. Would you like to see them together?
Yeah, show me.
Training tips from this role play. Distract by doing something enjoyable together, like going through old photos. You might start by looking at photos of Peter with grandson and then move on to other non-football photos and reminisce about old times. Second, persons with dementia may repeat same stories, not to annoy or irritate the family. It is his way to start a conversation and to connect and bond with their loved ones.
Role play number 2. wandering and pacing inside the home. Mei Ling gets agitated and starts pacing every day around 1:30. Her anxiety and aggression escalates throughout the afternoon. Here is a typical response.
What time is it?
It's 1 o'clock, Ma.
What time is it?
Ma, I just told you, it's little after 1 o'clock.
Is it very late? What time is it?
Ma, what is wrong with you? So irritating. Can I just read my newspaper? I told you earlier, it's 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Aiya.
I need to go out. I need to go out and wait.
Ma, you crazy ah? Nobody waiting for you outside. Why you keep telling me this thing? Hey.
Many years ago, before the onset of dementia, Mei Ling was entrusted with the responsibility to walk down from her apartment to the bus stop in front, to wait at 2 o'clock for the bus sekolah that drops off her grandchildren. Today, her grandchildren are all grown up and in their 20s, but she cannot remember. This is a better way to respond.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 1 o'clock, Ma.
What time is it now?
Ma, what happened? Why you so worried?
Is it very late? What time is it now?
Ma, is anything wrong? Come, sit down and tell me what is wrong.
You don't understand. I need to go out. They are waiting for me. What if they lost, then you blame me?
Oh, you mean Wei Lun and Wei Jian, is it? Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Today my husband go and pick them up, so they are not on the bus. So don't worry.
They're not on the bus today?
Yes, not on the bus.
You sure?
Yes, Ma, I'm very sure.
Oh, good. I was so worried just now.
Ma, don't worry. Come, since the kid is not here today, we enjoy the TV since they are not bothering us. Okay?
Okay.
The training tip from this role play, you have to know the habits and daily routine of your loved ones in the past before dementia. Ask her friends, ask your spouse, ask siblings. You've got to find out as much as possible. Is it wrong to lie? No. If it's a harmless lie and is a trigger to take the anxiety away before it escalates, please, a little white lie does not harm anyone.
Role play number 3. Being locked in and I want to go home. Around 5 o'clock in the evening, Indra will start putting on her shoes and start turning the door handle, trying to get out of her house. She is aggressive and starts scolding everyone around her. Here is a typical response.
I want to go home. Unlock the door.
You are home, Ma. Sit down.
I want to go home. I must help prepare dinner. They are waiting for me.
This is your home, Ma. Now come and sit down and take off your shoes.
No, this is not my home. I must go home to my mother now. They are waiting.
You are crazy or what? Where's your logic? You are 85 years old. Your mother will be over 100. She's dead lah. Just come and sit down and take off your shoes.
You think I'm stupid ah? I just had lunch with her. I must go home to my mother now.
Hiya, every day we go through this. I don't know what's wrong with you. Your mother's house gone already, okay? All pulled down, became condominiums. Just sit down, please, and stop disturbing me.
My mother, I just saw her. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Growing up, Indra had a very strict parents and she was not allowed to stay out late. She always helped her mother with household chores, especially preparing family meals. This is a better way to respond.
I want to go home. Unlock the door.
Yeah, home, Mom.
No, I want to go home. I must prepare dinner. They are waiting for me.
Mom, come and sit down with me. Come. What's the problem, Mom?
I must go home to help prepare dinner. They are waiting for me.
No, it's okay. You are home. This is your home. You are safe with me.
No, I must go. I must prepare dinner. They will be worried.
Yes, I know. I know you have to go and prepare dinner. Grandma's house always had lovely curries, yeah? And the smell is always so delicious.
Yes.
Yeah. I tell you what, I've got a good idea. Why don't you come with me? Let's go into the kitchen and you can help me prepare dinner.
Oh, yes. I will teach you our secret recipe. The best. I don't teach anybody. I teach you.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Come on.
Training tips for this role playing. Live in their reality. Persons with dementia do regress in age, time, or place in certain situations, but the regression is not permanent or consistent all the time. In this instance, Inda has regressed back into her teens or 20s, and she thinks that she is 19 and still living in her parents' home with them. She cannot understand or recognize where she is, though she may have lived in the same house for the past 20 years. I want to go home. It's a common expression for a person with dementia, and it is not literal, to go to a specific address. It really means I don't recognize this place, I am feeling confused and insecure. Home represents a place where I know I'll be safe. Coincidentally, this usually happens late afternoon and early evenings, and medical experts have termed this as sundowning, a typical symptom of dementia. Number 2, making them feel useful and needed. A form of distraction to diffuse a prolonged argument is to ask for their help so that they feel useful and needed.
Role play number 4. I don't want to go out, not even to walk in the shopping mall or visit friends. Every Sunday, the family will meet up with the extended family for Sunday lunch at a restaurant. The daughter is trying to get mom ready to go out, but mom is still sitting there. Here is a typical response.
Mom, let's go toilet. We have to leave now. Don't let the uncle aunties waiting.
Where are we going?
Don't you remember? It's our usual family lunch.
I don't feel well. I don't want to go.
You were fine just now. Just 1 minute ago you said you were fine.
I'm having stomach ache.
Come on, don't be difficult. We are getting late.
Where's my handbag?
You don't need your handbag. You always lost your handbag and money.
No, I want my handbag.
No. Come on, let's go. It's getting
No,
late.
I want my
come,
handbag. I want my
let's go.
handbag.
It is very common amongst the older generation that they will pay for lunch or shopping for their children. This is a better way to respond.
Mom, let's go toilet now. We are going to. Don't let the uncle aunties waiting.
Where are we going?
It's our usual family lunch. We are having lunch with your younger brother and sisters.
But I don't feel well. I don't want to go.
Where was it not well? Can you tell me?
Stomach ache.
Oh, no problem. You'll get better after getting some lunch. Come on.
Have you seen my handbag?
Your handbag is here, don't worry.
Thank you.
I know you will be treating your family for the lunch.
Yeah.
You just now give me some money to keep safe for you. Don't
Really?
worry. Yes. Come.
Remember, I need to pay for the dinner. I'm the eldest.
Yeah, I know, sure. Come, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Training tips from this role play. Number one, although they might have memory loss, values, culture, and tradition are still part of who they are, and these have to be respected. Number two, persons with dementia have little or no short-term memory. Hence, when faced with a situation that they are uncomfortable or unsure of, the answer will always be no to whatever you ask them. Most of the time, this will be followed by various excuses, with faking illnesses as the most common. However, do check that all is indeed well. The third tip, for women, their handbag represents their self-identity. The handbag is as crucial to them as your mobile phones are to you in these modern days, and you will feel insecure if you leave home without it. Think about it.
Our final role play, number 5. Giving simple choices. This role play is dealing with changing a person with dementia out of their clothes, in this case, pajamas. Every morning, getting Jane to change out of her pajamas is a traumatic experience for both Jane and her husband, the primary caregiver. Here is a typical response.
Jane, darling, it's time to change your clothes.
Why?
Because you can't wear pajamas the whole day, Jane. Now come, I have this favorite dress here for you.
No.
Jane, don't be stubborn. Come, let's change your clothes. Come, take off these clothes.
No.
Take off the clothes.
No.
Jane,
No!
take off the clothes.
Jane has always been very well groomed, and her appearance mattered to her. One of the symptoms of progressing dementia is Jane's inability to string together a full sentence to express herself. This is a better way to respond.
Jane, darling, it's time to change your clothes.
Why?
Because you can't wear pajamas the whole day.
Why?
Jane, I know you want to look pretty for me. I have one of your favorite dresses here. It's your favorite green dress.
No.
Jane, I have your red dress here, and I have your floral dress here. Which one would you like to wear today?
No.
Jane, this green dress was once your favorite, and this is one of your favorite brown dresses. Which one would you like to wear? Jane, good choice. That's one of my favorite too. I know you want to look pretty for me.
Training tips from this role play. There is still a me within a person with dementia. Their personality, likes, dislikes, preferences are not completely lost. It is just that as the disease progresses, some might find it difficult to verbalize themselves. Number 2, respect of an individual is to allow choice, simple as the choice may be. Number 3, rushing a person with dementia to meet your own time and priorities will always end up with the opposite result, with more time and effort required. Instead, by understanding the situation and displaying patience in going through the motions of care, maybe toileting, showering, eating, dressing, you will find more cooperation from your loved ones, with less likelihood of annoyance and aggression for both parties.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have demonstrated, the behaviors that your loved one is displaying is termed responsive behaviors. Responsive because it is their only way of expressing to you their unmet needs. So let's summarize the basic training tips. Number 1, distract with a topic or activity that is relevant to the person with dementia. It is trial and error, and the previous approach that worked might not even apply in the same situation next time. Try and do not give up. Number 2, know the person, who they were before the onset of dementia, their habits, routines, and preferences. Number 3, live in their reality, as they will regress back into a different era, time, or place than the current. 4, they need to feel that they are understood and needed, and that they still have a role to play in your lives. 5, never use the phrases, "Do you remember? Don't you remember I told you?" Of course not, as dementia robs them of their short-term memory. 6, values, culture, and tradition are still a part of who they are, and these have to be respected. 7, there is still a me within the person with dementia. Their personalities, likes and dislikes, preferences are not completely lost. Allow them to have simple choices. 8, display patience. Don't rush according to your timetable and priorities. You would have noted that in all the above tips, there are common must-dos as follows. The delivery of your response is very important. Use short sentences. Be calm. No raised voices, though you are frustrated and angry. Your facial expression and body language has to reflect love, understanding, and patience.
Friends, we have one last message to share. Caring for a person with dementia is more than just sharing your home and providing 3 meals a day and ensuring that hygiene is maintained. Those are very important, but there is more. Do not infantilize them and treat them like a child. They are adults. They need social engagement and inclusion. And finally, and most importantly, there is no stigma to have a loved one with dementia. Please share your loved one's condition with friends, relatives, and continue to take them out socially. Because with social isolation, the decline in orientation and cognitive functions will be very rapid. We hope we have been able to help you understand your loved one's journey better. And yes, it is much easier said than done. We have experienced this with our mothers, and we understand. So together, let's make a difference in a society with dementia. Thank you. We now open the floor to any questions you may have, and we will try to answer to the best of our abilities.
If the patient keep on sleeping, either sit down or he want to lie down and sleeping, what can we do for him?
When your loved one is sleeping a lot, it could either be medication that's putting the person to sleep, but if it's not medication, it's through boredom. I would also go to sleep if I got nothing better to do. So that's where, please, social engagement, interaction, take them out, involve them, engage them in your day-to-day.
If my mother sleeps the whole afternoon, how is she going to sleep in the night? And then it goes round and round, and she go around asking for sleeping tablet. If you don't give, she will get very upset. And melatonin doesn't help.
That is the reason why try and keep your loved one awake during the day.
No,
Yes,
cannot.
definitely, if you sleep in the afternoon, you will not be able to sleep at night.
Cannot. We tried. If you don't let her sleep in the afternoon, by 5, 6 o'clock, she knock out and then she wake up at 10 to have dinner. And then the whole night she don't sleep.
Well, you must ask yourself what you can do, because I don't know her habits, what you can do to keep her occupied in the afternoon. Nothing? You can't take her to visit friends?
When
You
she
can't-
play mahjong, she becomes so alert, so much so that she can't sleep in the night. So, is it okay to give them sleeping tablet?
Is it okay to give her sleeping tablets? I will say no. We do not advocate to giving sleeping tablets to put someone to bed. We prefer them to be physically exhausted, then they can go to bed. You got to try harder on social activities.
Can I just ask the two ladies whose mother sleeps in a lot, are they on medication for dementia?
The usual for hypertension, for cholesterol, for vitamins,
But not for
Alzheimer,
dementia?
Aricept, the whole lot of medication that she's on.
Okay, my question is, we have not started my husband's sister on any medication because we were told that the medication will make her sleepy, more sleepy than what she's doing. So that is the reason why we are now very worried. She is having dementia, but she's still sitting around watching TV, although she's acting like what you all have demonstrated. But if we decide to start her on the medication, we know that she will sleep more. So that's why when I hear them say that they are more sleepy, then is it good to start a medication that makes her sleep all the time when now she can sit around, watch TV, do what you all have acted, which is quite normal, than a person that is going to be sleeping all the time?
Okay, I think I need to qualify that we are not medical experts, so we cannot give an opinion on the drug that she's taking. From some observations from different clients, different people react differently to different drugs. So this is something that you might want to speak to the geriatrician or memory specialist that your loved one is seeing. Okay, if it's something that actually affects her ability to stay awake and interact with people, this is something that you need to discuss because it could be the dosage, the timing of that you're giving the drug. So instead of giving in the mid-morning where she will sleep the whole afternoon, discuss with your memory specialist and say, is it okay if I give it to her after dinner so she literally sleeps during the night and be alert in the morning versus, taking the drug in the morning and falls asleep in the afternoon and wide awake at night?
Hi, I'd like to just maybe advise the lady in pink just now who talked about her mum, who was very difficult to take her out. So we had the same issue with my mum. My wife and I look after her. So what we do is this. Sometimes she sleeps during the day, so she finds it difficult to sleep at night. But we have activities planned during the weekends for her sometimes, and she doesn't want to go. She wants to stay at home, she wants to watch a TV, she feels tired. So sometimes we try to explain, of course we can't force her. If she really doesn't want to go, we can't force her. But sometimes we try to explain to her that if you can't stay alone, because we need to go out and do this activity, you can't stay alone, so you need to come with us. So okay, she comes in a half-hearted way, she's not very happy, she's moody. But the moment she's out with us, her mood changes. She sees other people and she loves to see little children about. So she goes to shopping malls, she sees little children, she's happy, she's done some activity for the day, and we feel satisfied with doing something. So when your mom says, no, I don't want to go, and things like that, okay, don't force her, but try again, don't give up, try again. And it helps. So my mom has been out to several places already. She's not always at home. Yeah.
It's spot on. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. This is exactly what we said as a training tip. The first question when you ask them to go out, do anything, is no. It was always no. So there are different approaches to actually try to encourage them. say, oh, you please help me. I need someone to come accompany. I don't want to go alone. Yeah, they will be grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. Then after that, when they go out, as the gentleman has said, they will forget when they enjoy themselves. So please don't give up trying. Just because they say no a few times, it's not going to affect us from continuing to ask.
My question is, what happens if there are nobody around and you live by yourself, you are all by yourself? So what can we do?
You're saying that a person with dementia lives alone?
Yeah.
I think that's a very dangerous situation to be in. Because with memory loss and the decline, they might leave the stove on, the water tap running, and and if she falls and hurts herself, nobody knows. I mean, I cannot force a situation, but it is a very dangerous issue, and that the family needs to think together what the solution can be. It might be safer for her to stay with one of them. If they cannot take care of her, maybe go to a home.
We received this question from our table just now. I have moments of being forgetful. Is this a sign of dementia? I know a lot of you are worried. I'm worried too. I'm in that age range where I am susceptible to being having dementia. And being forgetful is not just an obvious sign of having dementia. Depends on what level of forgetfulness. If you reach a point of being forgetful, of you cannot function daily, now that is a sign of dementia. Where you do not know what you just ate at lunch and it's now only 2 o'clock. Or cannot even remember to have lunch. You don't know time, you've lost orientation. So being forgetful, it could be also due to stress. We working people have got a list of 10 things to do, and half the time we are rushing. So when we are rushing around, we can be forgetful, but we can still recall. And if the ability to recall is there, it is not a sign of dementia. People with dementia does not have the ability to recall. But I would still recommend, if you think you're being extremely forgetful, please see a geriatrician. They can do a very simple test and give you a diagnosis.
One thing to add on is that sometimes the forgetfulness symptoms could be due to medication or simple deficiency in vitamins, or even having UTI. That affects your memory function. So all these are reversible. It does not necessarily mean that if you're forgetful, you've got dementia and it's that direction of dementia coming up on you in a few years. So if there's no more questions, we would like to thank you for your attention, and have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.